Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
Today we're going to talk about marriage support and support for mandatory counselling before separation.
Yes, well, this is in light of the recent referendums brought in by this divisive government. They brought in to get rid of the blasphemy law, which was only used in this country so as Catholic priests and Catholics in general couldn't be insulted. That's what it was for. It wasn't for anything else. And so people voted to get rid of that because there was the media and all the rest of it was in favour of getting rid of it, as it was something bad, equating it with Pakistan, which is a despicable country that has no tolerance for Christians in that country, Catholics and Christians. So this is the false narrative that they brought out again. And so the business of lowering the marriage age, the people that are married to get divorced from 4 years to 2 years and putting it in the government's control, which means that it could be eventually down to actually 0 time, that if one person or the other decides the marriage is over, well then that will be sufficient. Now that is not the way to sort of develop a cohesive society. Marriage and good marriages are the foundation of society. Common sense dictates that. If you have a society fractured with marriages that don't last and children who needs fathers and mothers suddenly adrift, you're going to have a very bad society. Common sense dictates that, and that is the way to go. So instead of this government, what they did, it should be marriage support, not making it easier for divorce. Marriage support, tax-wise, and state support for mandatory counselling. Now, before people get married, it is now the practice in the Catholic Church that they have to give 6 months notice so as to have counselling. But how many avail of that? We get no figures. And I have a feeling it's a very small number because people that are getting married now have an ulterior motive. Perhaps sort of it doesn't work out one way or another, or they fall out of love or whatever it is. They're not given the proper training to know that when you get married you have to forget about yourself, you have to think of the other, and vice versa. There has to be more than just a sexual attraction, which is normal, but a kind of a well-developed sense. So so there should be mandatory, from the state point of view, mandatory counselling before people get married, whether they get married in the Catholic Church or in the state, in the registry office or wherever they get married, that there should be mandatory counselling for those that are getting married, because the chances are they'll have children as a man and a woman. And so the rearing of children is very important, so as to have a stable home and parents that respect one another.
I think, John, that there is a marriage course by the Catholic Church, isn't there?
There is. I mentioned that there is that.
Sorry,
but it's not, well, people getting married in the Catholic Church have to avail of it, but a lot of people now are not getting married in the Catholic Church. They're getting married in civil ceremonies in registry office run by the county councils, and then in hotels by people that are that are licensed to conduct marriages, and that's the way they're getting married. So they're not getting it's not mandatory for them to be. It should be mandatory for them, no matter where they're getting married, that they will have counselling. And this also would affect anyone of marriageable age, because couples live together before they get married, which is not a good idea, because the only thing that makes a marriage work is respect for each other, and what's not promoted, by the way, by the culture is chastity. and that is something that benefits the person emotionally, spiritually, and every other way. And this is the best basis for the marriage. So, for the state to sort of promote the dead opposite, and to be doing things that are not going to aid the development of marriage and a cohesive society and an ordered society. I mean, isn't it self-evident that we have an explosive situation in this country of antisocial behaviour? We have murders too numerous to mention. We have various other situations that leave a lot to be desired. And so, I mean, do the people in charge, the government and the people in the civil service that are actually the unelected government in some ways, because they advise the ministers and vice versa. So why is it that they're so oblivious to the state of the way the country is in? And surely common sense dictates that marriages that last is the best way to go forward for the orderly development of society. And the education of children, of course, should be always under the direction of the Catholic Church or the Christian faith, so as that children can be formed in a decent way, and not in this false ideology that's promoted by the anti-Catholic government that we're saddled with in this country at the moment. So these are all factors that go to my way of thinking for a well-ordered society that attracts people then perhaps to try to emulate that. That is the way a civil society is run, and promote the families and promote and give them tax advantages. There was a time there when people living together had better tax advantages than a couple that got married. They put obstacles in the way of people that are getting married in the proper way, but suffice to say that this should be self-evident. And John Malone and the Christian and Jobs Action Party and others of like mind want to promote that, and we will promote it as long as we're able to.
Thank you, John.
Thank you very much, Oliver.